He's known as the tank in the ring. With a punch that lands like a cannon that takes out just about anyone who steps in the ring with him.
I'm telling you, I'm gonna break you up. I promise you, I'm gonna break you up.
Y'all wanna know something?
No matter what you call him, his power is devastating and has made him an icon in the ring in talks to being one of the greatest of all time. These are some of Gervonta Davis's most brutal knockouts. On October 31st, 2020, Gervonta Davis hopped in the ring with Leo Santa Cruz at the Alamodome in San Antonio, Texas.
Other fans, they want you to go and make it a war. They want to see a back and forth war. But I know that with Tank, I can't do that. I gotta fight smart.
In this showdown, Davis was hoping to retain his WBA lightweight title, but he would also capture Santa Cruz's WBA super featherweight title. Whether Leo wanted it to be a war or not wouldn't matter, as Tank would clearly win the battle. Santa Cruz came out busy, trying to establish the pace of the fight, but Davis stayed patient while he tried to read his opponent. Leo was busier, but Davis landed more significant blows.
35-pound belt holder Gervonta Davis in the red, white, and green.
Keep touching the ground. Oh.
And there's a counter, left uppercut by Davis.
Take your time.
So much as Santa Cruz wants to establish the jab.
Yes, he does. He throws 33 jabs per round normally, lands 7. Whether he'll be as much of a volume puncher in this match early remains to be seen.
Hey, Tank, do not pull back. Do not pull back.
Abner, you've been in the ring twice with Santa Cruz. You trained to face Davis. What are you picking up early on?
Santa Cruz is trying to stay disciplined with that jab. He's trying to work his jab and move backwards a bit. He's got to turn Davis, though, to his left and not extend the jab, because when he does that, I already saw early on that Davis counter punches with that left.
Yeah, that left uppercut has been there. Santa Cruz goes upstairs.
You know, the combination punching with Santa Cruz can't push Davis back. And that would be interesting to see. Davis doesn't normally fight going backwards.
Again, Davis winding up with that left uppercut. Already blood on the face of Leo Santa Cruz.
Bridge of his nose, it looks like.
There's a right hand, a right hook behind the guard. Santa Cruz comes back with a right bounced off Davis' glove.
He's a pressure fighter in this fight. He's pressuring the bully that Santa Cruz is used to, being the bully, pushing a fighter back. But now we see Davis picking his punches. As Santa Cruz at moments, he does land also.
Davis off to a quick start, of course. Apparently made weight fairly easily. Maybe confident about going into deep waters. Remember, Santa Cruz said that Davis is dangerous for the first 6 rounds and then begins to fade. That's where Santa Cruz wants to bring Davis, is into the deeper waters. And the just over 9,000 fans in attendance, if the introductions were any indication, all the fans may be cheering on both fighters. Great start here.
Leo tried to increase the pressure, but Davis managed to fire some sharp counters to his body while fighting against the ropes.
The right hand putting pressure on Davis early in round 2.
Intriguing. You know, already Leo Santa Cruz, you can get the feeling he thinks he can push Davis back in this fight. Will that be the proper move for him? He's landing some nice punches.
Well, the narrative coming in was that Santa Cruz was the smaller guy. We saw at the weigh-in, he had added muscle, and that does not seem to be the case against definitely a more compact, harder puncher, but Santa Cruz is not the smaller guy in this fight. Santa Cruz turned 32 in August, so the youth is on the side of Davis. Misses with that counter left uppercut that has been there for him.
Yeah, you feel that's going to be an important weapon for Davis. He's trying very hard to get it in. He has to be careful throwing it from too far out. He'll get countered by Santa Cruz.
Just past the midpoint of round 2, a compelling confrontation, and already so much to absorb. Davis! There goes the sportsmanship! Spent 15 weeks in Las Vegas at the Mayweather Boxing Gym, said that he would like to hold all of his camps there because of the lack of distractions and the ability to focus. But Santa Cruz now, and there we go, Davis will use some of those shots and avoid
Cruz. When he is at his best, those combinations flow, but there's that left uppercut from Davis.
Davis timing that left uppercut counter. Good stuff through 2 rounds.
Leo decided to mix up the shots he threw going to the body and head well, but he walked into heavy fire at the same time.
Davis can land that shot and hurt you.
Santa Cruz wants to keep Davis corralled in the corner, but there's a counter left from Davis, allows him to escape.
Davis starting to use the jab, and he has a good jab. It's an underused punch sometimes for him, but it is effective.
As Santa Cruz's Twitch signed up for a Twitch account yet. Inquiring minds want to know. Left hook by Santa Cruz, another left hand.
This is one of Leo's best rounds as he pinned Davis on the ropes and landed flurries. Davis managed to land some single shots, but Leo outworked him.
You don't always see Davis in that kind of defensive posture that he's in with his hands really high.
While you're working with Floyd Mayweather, you better learn defense.
There you go.
And there's Santa Cruz through the right, and Davis now loading up again with the left uppercut.
This has been a very, very important weapon. The right hook getting in there. But then here, he comes with that uppercut on the inside. I'll tell you what, Santa Cruz is taking some big punches.
Davis, but Santa Cruz still looking to establish the jab, and he's getting it.
Those left hooks of Santa Cruz getting
An eruption from the crowd here at the Alamo Dome. This main event delivering already. Here in round 4, lead right hook by Davis.
Is this the right strategy for Santa Cruz? He's getting to the left, and he's taking power punches. And even when he doesn't throw, you can see he's ready to throw.
Double jab, then the left hand downstairs by Davis avoids those punches from Santa Cruz, and again stabs Santa Cruz in the belly with the left. There's a jab to the midsection by
Davis decides to turn up the heat, and he targets Leo's body with hooks and uppercuts that slow him down quite a bit.
as he tries to move forward. Davis moving to his left into the power alley of Santa Cruz.
Keep the defense tight. Keep the defense tight.
Leo has to keep touching him with that jab. You have Davis be thinking.
Davis crouching down. He'll like to crouch down, shoot counters that his opponents rarely see coming. We've seen that on occasion tonight.
Still.
And that left hand is just ready to be uncoiled. Ready to spring out. There's that lead right hook by Davis.
One of the weapons that Santa Cruz has found in this fight, and he wants to get back to it, is his own left hook, which is not normally his money punch, but he's kind of found a home for it.
This is the end, as Davis feints low while Leo presses forwards, and when Leo steps in with a right hand, Davis lands a perfectly timed left uppercut that ends the fight.
Right eye of Gervonta Davis. So they are throwing punches and bunches here in the 6th.
I was just gonna say, Leo Santa Cruz do that? No.
Don't be ridiculous.
There's a left hand by Davis under a minute left in the 6th. Davis now putting it in for a shot. Santa Cruz standing there, taking it. And coming forward, punches in the zone. Scintillating stuff here in the 6th round. Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, two champions with the hearts of champions.
If Davis thought Santa Cruz was going to fast to his...
This was one of the quicker knockout victories in the list, but the drama with this next fighter carried the fight before stepping in the ring. On May 28, 2022, Gervonta Davis was challenged by Rolando Romero at the Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York. Rolly had a record of 14 wins and 1 loss, with 12 of the wins coming by way of KO. On the other hand, Gervonta had a record of 27 wins and 0 losses, with 25 of his wins being knockouts.
He's not an awkward fighter. He's just a dumbass fighter.
There's no way I can miss. He has the biggest hands like the koala-shaped hair. You're fucking koala with chlamydia, man.
It turns out he could miss, and it was Gervonta who would land the heavy shots that would put an end to Romero's smack talk. Romero controlled the action, early establishing his jab to keep Davis distant, and he threw frequent long punches to keep Davis on his back foot.
See that as he attacks.
First punch of the fight, a left hand from Davis.
Yeah, something that Rolly was talking about was that Tank will walk into a punch, and we're seeing a really smart Davis now. But that's a good job and jab that Romero is throwing right now in this first round, keeping David at bay.
Yeah, and Romero doesn't always use the jab as effectively as he might.
Double right hand from Davis, no damage.
Well, Romero has 52 seconds to see if he can make his prediction come true.
Davis's prediction was, we'll see what happens in round 2.
Not to Romero's defense, but he did say with the first hard punch that I hit him, he still has not landed any.
Well, he did mention round 1.
yes. But these are heavy punches, so you could expect in any given moment.
Just showed the left hand and just pawed with it.
Only 22 punches thrown in round 1.
Isn't that interesting? And we expected a war right at the get-go.
Davis continued cautiously as Romero earned multiple warnings for using elbows and clinches, but no points were deducted.
Gervonta Davis was clear with us. He said it may take me a couple rounds to figure out his awkward style.
Yeah, I think the way these first round and minute have gone is there's a healthy respect from either guy.
I think it's the power they both respect.
Yeah.
And you have to. You can't get careless, especially in the type of level of this magnitude fight.
Interesting to see Gervonta Davis using the whole ring in boxing. Oh, he took a big left hand.
And now left and holding on. I don't know if that'll be a knockdown, no.
Well, there was a moment in that round, there would be a left hand. It was actually more of a jab than a hook. How much damage it did, I don't know, but and then that left hook, actually the second left hook landed kind of toward the back of Davis's head, which I think is what he might have been complaining to referee Field about. It was a good left hand by Romero.
Yeah. Romero will get a right hand that time, and that rocked Davis for a moment.
Well, Romero thinks he can hurt him because he's going after him now.
That really got him excited, and he's on something.
And this is not the posture you normally see. That he can box, Davis, but you don't normally see him moving this much.
Wild right hand misses. There's a left hand from Davis.
There's the punch.
Romero stepping in.
What Romero is doing in this fight, he's using his jab as a rangefinder and very effectively.
Yeah. Another left hand from Davis, but it was partially caught by Romero.
Gervonta really finds his stride in round 3, and he mixed in movement with sharper offense that messed up whatever rhythm that Romero had established.
We talked about the jab that Romero's using, really effective.
Combination from Romero, but nothing serious. Right hand was caught by the glove of Davis.
Here's where the left hand is going to come from Romero. He's got kind of a half jab, half hook going here, and it's getting in occasionally too. This fight early on is looking to be the simple equation. The left hook of Davis, or of Romero as he comes in, and Davis looking to counter him with his straight left. Now he's in against a 5'7" fighter who does have range.
Left hand from Davis.
Both fighters were extremely active in this round, with Romero pressing and throwing combinations, but Davis was more comfortable with slipping shots, with his power being very evident.
Of Romero.
If you're Davis, you want to touch him up a little bit in the stomach. There you go. You want to feint to the stomach, touch him up straight to chest. Make Romero bring his hands out.
Remember the last fight he was in, he injured his left hand, Davis, but he said as he went on through sparring, it got better and better, and he said it's not an issue in this fight.
Right hand a little short from Romero, and the left hand likewise from Davis.
Gervonta's counters landed whenever Romero overextended, and the fight shifted towards Davis as he ramped up his output.
Yes, he did.
Just couldn't quite get there.
He's been very close a few times.
And he's not able to get all the way in because Romero is still using that jab really effectively.
Yeah.
Taking those step backs. There it is.
Davis is leading off with the left hand and lunging a little bit, leaving himself a little open for a counterpunch. He might want to jab his way over.
There's a left hand from Davis, but again, it was a little short. There was a good left hand. Caught on the side of the head.
And that's another thing Davis wants to do. Jab to the body to bring the hands down, and then gives you an opportunity to get on the inside.
Yeah, and he's doing that. You can see the focus in Tank right now. Look at his eyes. They're locked in. He's waiting for Rolly to throw that right so he can counter. He is fighting as a bigger guy, Romero, right now.
Yeah.
Good body shot.
Well, and there's an elbow for him. They talked about it, you know, getting a warning from field.
Yeah, second warning. Good body shot. Ripped the left hand of the body.
Davis landed a perfectly timed counter that sent Romero into the ropes and crashing to the canvas, and while he beat the count, the referee noticed his unsteady legs and stopped the fight.
Last round, a reminder that Romero threw several elbows, and they have complained about that, the Davis camp leading up to this fight.
Yeah, they knew that was going to happen, and it is going to happen. Romero has to make that fight happen like that, believe it or not. He has to make it a dirty fight. But I think it's something that he has to do against a bigger Romero.
Yeah, probably.
That shot missed.
He's not going to be able to push Romero back, especially because Romero uses his, these dirty tactics. It's going to be almost impossible. So Davis doing a good job from fighting from a distance.
Well, he's talked about his maturity as a fighter.
You know, Romero is very poised in there at this juncture. You have to say that. I mean, it's just a fact. He's looking for big counter punches. He's zoned in on the idea of landing a big right hand or a left hook, and he's using his pawing jab to try and set that up.
No, you're right, because in previous fights we've seen that he seems kind of awkward, but in this fight he's not looking.
There's a big left hand.
He did indeed, and what he'll do here is just counter left hand as Romero came in square.
Rolly Romero was taught a very valuable lesson, but this next fighter proved to be a bigger problem for Gervonta. On June 15, 2024, at the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Gervonta Davis returned after a 14-month layoff to fight Frank Martin, who was 18-1 at the time.
He knows for sure he's not on my level, but he got people around him that think he want to be that man. He knows for sure.
At the time, Gervonta might have been coming off of a long break, but he had a record of 29 wins, with 27 of them being knockout finishes.
I'm scared. I'm so scared.
It's gonna show. Don't worry about it. It's gonna show.
I'm scared as hell.
I know.
I'm
yeah,
scared
front runner.
Frank decided to use the jab and straight punches to establish the pace of the fight early on, and he likely won this round off of his speed and volume.
And Martin's a really good one, just like Tank. And so far, he's the only one who's been landing so far with jabs. There's a jab from Tank. But Martin's been landing the left hand to the body and a straight left hand. He's ahead in this round so far. Yeah, saw how nice Martin got out of that corner when he got trapped in the corner by Tank.
His footwork is amazing.
He got under and around and ended up picking Tank up on his shoulder.
Martin managed to keep up the same momentum he established in the first round, and Davis remained patient while landing counters whenever the chance popped up.
Yeah, both fighters really relaxed, really alert, locking eyes. I mean, just both of them waiting for one or the other to make a mistake, really.
Tank putting on really good pressure right now. Even though he's not throwing anything, he's making Frank Martin work by
staying on the right hook behind the guard of Davis by Martin. So Martin again throwing many more punches than we expected, but he really was incredible in that what was supposed to be a 50-50 fight against the then unbeaten Michel Rivera. He took Rivera to school, the biggest win of his career.
You can just sense it. Anything can happen in any given moment.
Yeah, you know,
Tank Davis fight. Oh, nice counter to the body by Davis.
Frank keeps Davis retreating early in the fight, but Davis managed to land jabs and body shots. Not enough to change the momentum of the fight, though.
Stick and move, utilize that fast move.
And I think as well that he wants to tire out Frank Martin by keeping him on guard all the time.
You wonder if that'll happen with an athlete like Frank Martin.
Well, it can. With Tank on your tail.
But again, he's never faced an athlete like Frank Martin.
No, I agree, but there's a lot of mental strength.
And a guy who's really ready mentally and otherwise. I get what you're saying, but
same here.
It's only round number 3.
Yeah, exactly, but
there's a nice left hand from Davis, lead left hand. And he has Martin now in the corner.
He does.
And there's the jab, and there's that counter left. Jab to the body by Davis, 1-2 over the top by moved the millimeters, his defense, his ability to utilize his ring IQ and his boxing skills. Yes, it's not even so much as an exciting fighter. Good combination lands for Martin.
Gervonta managed to land cleaner shots while he worked the body, and his punches were clearly harder than anything Frank had been landing.
Utilizing that footwork. Money line has changed.
And of course, you got Martin leading, taking those rounds, and again, like you said, Joe, he's doing all the right things. Volume, 1, 2, 3, back to the jab, moving to the side, not giving Davis any moment to get off.
Davis. Power punch is huge. Edge for Martin. Nice lead left lands for Davis. Goes downstairs.
That's smart of Tank to go to the body instead of keep trying to go to the head. You know, Frank Martin's very hard to hit to the head, and he landed some solid body shots on Frank Martin.
That was an arm punch also, breaking down the arms.
Tank Davis just whistles those punches, and you know if you get clipped by one of those, you're in trouble.
Final minute of the 4th round. And very much going according to what I guess a lot of experts planned, that Martin would bank early rounds and then we'd see what would happen in the second half of the fight. Well, Tank even went public on social media, predicted a 9th round knockout of Frank Martin. 30 seconds left, and Martin said, hey, watch it, I can knock out Tank Davis too, you know.
That was a good body shot from Davis. Again, you can't get repetitive if you're Martin.
No way.
Davis is reading you.
Instantly, he'll respond there. The left hand. Now Davis beginning to open up. The crowd anticipating it.
Davis stalks Martin as he cuts off the ring and corners him everywhere he goes, but Martin manages to land some good jabs and counters.
Trajectory change, level change, the jab downstairs. Martin continues to back up Davis, walking forward, short steps. The vision. Nice. Fully locked in. Good defense. Martin, Davis saying bring it. Of course he wants him to bring it. Take it down with the left.
Yeah, don't stay on the runs, Martin.
Frank Martin pulling some real magic tricks out of the corner there and off the ropes to avoid getting tagged by. Good jab by Frank Martin.
Yeah,
He's
really
been using
jab.
it very well tonight. At the right time, he's timing that jab well.
Uppercut, right hook.
I think Frank Martin's having a good round again this round.
Gervonta shows his best offense as he traps Martin in the corner and lands powerful combinations, and he wins the round as he dominates his opponent.
Here's Tank. There, the little slip and a little, left hand over the top. It was a counter over the jab of Martin by Tank, and it was a solid one. But
Nice lead left hand by Martin.
Yeah, he gets it back.
And that's how you get him off rhythm.
The best ever connect percentage against Tank Davis was Leo Santa Cruz, but Davis knocked him out. And now Martin is landing at 29%. So Martin having the best success of any fighter against Tank Davis, but Davis is getting closer and closer with a minute and a half left in the first half of this 12-round affair. And Tank lands a chopping left hand as he's allowed to walk in uncontested.
Well, that's the second session out of that corner, but that was the only one he landed. Frank Martin pulled a nice Houdini out of that corner on that first set of punches that Tank was throwing at him.
Yeah, Tank definitely not respecting that power from Martin, getting in easy. But again, Martin just let out that jab. He's got to get back on the jab.
Oh, there's the jab and the left follow-up left from Davis. A rare combination in the early going. A minute left here in the first half of the fight. So Davis got to be ahead on the scorecards just based on the output, right, guys?
I would not disagree with that, although Tank is having his...
Gervonta continues stalking Frank around the ring, and he lands heavy body shots that make him retreat to the corners.
There's a left hand to the body and the right by Davis. Martin just avoiding that counter, but now Martin forced to wrestle, and the referee...
There's that look. That Frank missed that left hand. Tank countered with the left uppercut and then the right hook. In that last session right there, Frank Martin covered up well.
Oh, counter left from Frank Martin, that jolt to Davis.
That's the counter he's been looking for.
Neither fighter has ever been down as a pro. Final 15 seconds left in the seventh. It's been Davis's best round in terms of offensive output, just missing with the left, and it's on cue. It's round 7. It begins.
Or a straight left hand. He's
single
looking
shots.
He's looking
There's
to
a double jab left from Davis. Now Davis chopping down on Martin. Davis misses with the lead left uppercut, but then follows up with another left hand. And
This is the end, as Davis lands a huge left uppercut that stunned Frank and lands another left that drops him. And with Frank unable to beat the count, this is the end of the fight.
Stay out of the corners if he wants to stay in this fight.
We haven't seen body work from Martin. I want to see that left to the body.
Oh, left uppercut. That's it.
down goes Martin! Mamma mia!
6, 7,
It's like Tank Davis scripts this stuff.
Here's the corner. Frank should not be in there. We were talking about that. He's just setting himself up for big trouble here. There's the uppercut, and there's the left hand.
Wow!
Once he stunned him with that uppercut.
With a solid victory over Frank Martin, Gervonta proved that the time away from the sport hadn't changed how he fought, and he was a force to be reckoned with no matter who jumped in the ring with him. Comment what you think were some of Gervonta Davis's best finishes, and like and subscribe for more. Goodbye.